Oh my goodness gracious, folks. Tonight was probably one of the most interesting nights. Good morning, folks, and happy Saturday. We kind of screwed up this morning. We did not time this morning out correctly, nor did we want to wake up this morning because we got a little bit of a boo-boo, and we did not want to get out of the bed, but we did. And once we did, we were moving slow due to the boo-boo. Not going to specify no boo-boo because, well, we do have a fight coming up, so of course we don't want to let our opponents see that we got a boo-boo. But needless to say, today is going to be about pushing through and persevering through a little bit of pain, or a whole lot of pain. Oh, and on top of it, we didn't have any coffee this morning, and I didn't really want to start my day with an energy drink, so I've also got to stop and get me a coffee. Not to mention, we're already running like 5 minutes late. But all I can really do is apologize. Sorry, Coach, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I was in pain. Sorry, Coach, I was moving slow. I was in pain. But I will say, good news. No, we didn't eat dinner last night. I guess we did. We didn't eat the dinner that we were supposed to last night when we made it in the house, because I didn't have really the care to want to pick a fork up and put it in my mouth. Nor did I really want to like put anything in my stomach. My stomach was freaking killing yesterday. It was like an all-day affair. So you know what we did not do this morning? We did not freaking start our morning with a freaking Five Guys greasy-ass burger. We started it with our French toast. Our low-cal French toast. Which was indeed the move. I feel much better now. I'm feeling like my normal self. But, needless to say, last night we finally got in the house, right? I was like, okay, we're not going to eat any dinner. We're just going to climb into bed. But I was freaking starving, so I went and popped some of my French toast in the air fryer. We ate that last night for dinner, and let me just tell you, I felt much better when I put something on top of that grease that was weighing me down and making me feel yucky. Much freaking better. Folks, do not forget, you are what you eat. And do not forget, it's all about how bad you really want it. Are you willing to push through the pain? Cool. You might make it to your goals. Are you willing to push through having to yak all freaking day? Cool. You may make it to your goals. That's the crazy thing about fighting. It's really just a big giant gamble. You're like gambling with your life. I wonder if I can make it to these goals that are extremely extraordinary. Let's put our whole lives to the side for it. It's the wild thing about fighting. Because you could work your whole entire life, grind every day, do everything you're supposed to, and still not make it to the place that you're supposed to make it to. Yeah, you can live a life by it. I mean, I've managed to figure out how to live a life by it as an amateur. But you can literally live your whole entire freaking existence training every day, twice a day, grinding, and still never make it to your goals. That's the crazy thing about fighting. It's really just a gamble. But, folks, I guess we're going to pull in here. I want to grab us a little coffee. And, I'm going to hope that we make it sometime today. Hopefully not tomorrow. Hopefully not 30 freaking minutes late. Hopefully just like 10. If I can make it 10, I'd be pretty proud of myself. It is a Saturday morning, so maybe traffic will be flowing, but I am leaving significantly later than what I traditionally do on a Saturday morning, so I guess we will just play it by ear. Let's get to the coffee shop, grab me a coffee, and hit the freaking road. Luckily, the Elianos, if y'all don't have one in your area, want some of the best coffee ever. Pretty much just like Dutch Bros. But luckily, this joker is on my way, so it's not like I'm having to go out of the way to grab me a coffee. I'm literally going right by it. Let's just hope that since it's a Saturday, God almighty. WTF, what the hell? Why are there so many freaking people in line? Oh my. Oh my. I don't even know what to do. I don't know if we wait it out or if we just I don't have any freaking idea. Oh, this one seems to be moving. Maybe. This joker has 2 windows and it is double looped on both windows. Oh, I just wanted to make it to practice. Energized. Caffeinated up. Gosh. Stemmed up, baby. But I'm in line now and I'm not about to hop out of it, so I guess we're gonna wait this one freaking out, folks. Good news though, it does seem like this joker is moving, at least on the side in which I chose. It's been 2 cars in the past, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute that have pulled one out, so fingers crossed. Fingers freaking crossed, folks. Hoping that they can get me my go-go fuel. Oh, we're moving up again. We're moving up. Looks like they're getting this joker flowing. Now, what do I want? Do I want to put them... you know what? I would traditionally get a no regrets, sugar-free, everything, low-fat milk, all that jazz. I ain't going through all that effort today. I'm just going to get me a mocha latte, iced, and go on with my day. I feel like I start throwing too many things at them right now. That's just gonna be effed up. Definitely considering we're in a hurry. No need to slow our butts down more by deciding we need everything with no regrets. Definitely considering our weight's alright. I guess we'll be good. We'll get just a regular iced coffee, the regretful kind, the kind that is 1,000+ calories. Okay, it's not 1,000, but it's a good little chunk of calories for the day. A good fat little chunk. I wish they'd take this guy's order so that I could be up. It's me next. I'm next. Maybe he did order. I don't know. I'm gonna get my form of payment ready so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm ready to go. We can pop, get this thing going. Just one more. Oh, they got their coffees. Alright, let's move forward. Let's get this thing going. It's us. We're up. It's our turn. We're gonna be late as hell. Hey, how are you? Can I get a dark chocolate iced latte, large? I think that's it.
722.
Thank you so much. Just like that. We should have some go-go fuel soon. Maybe. We're damn sure gonna be late to practice. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but we were already going to be late for practice with the, according to the GPS when we had left the house, so can't be too upset. It is not Eliano's fault. It is mine for not properly preparing. But they're moving pretty quick. Let's get our coffee and hit the freaking road, folks. It surprised me with a extremely quick handoff rate. That was good. I don't know how they did that one, but we've gotten our go-go fuel, our go-go bean juice. Oh, pop that little joker on there. Stick this thing in there. Take a good sip. And away we go. Well, damn. Have to recheck in the GPS. We're about to be hella late. Like, not 5 minutes late, but like 20 minutes late. I'm highly disappointed. Highly upset. I kind of want to cry. But, we will leave the tears for the pads. That's what we'll leave tears for. We'll leave tears for after practice. That's when the tears will flow. Well, this absolutely freaking blows. I don't know what's going on a freaking Saturday morning, but, yeah. This is just not our freaking morning. Not our morning at all. Traffic is absolute hell. On Saturday. I usually get a nice smooth ride today. But not today. Not today. I guess just fingers crossed we make it there before practice is over. Well, we are not as late as we had previously thought we were going to be. We're still late as shit, but we're not as late as we thought we were going to be. So, I guess let's get in here and get better today than we were yesterday. Apologize that everyone and their mama from my town goes and watches the Braves, because I'm going to assume that was what was going on, because I don't know, I don't watch baseball anymore. I used to play baseball as a kid, but I don't watch no baseball no more. That's the most boring sport in the world to watch. See a ball just getting cracked. Okay, in person it's fun, but on TV, super, super, super boring. Like, most boring sport ever, in my opinion. Super fun to play, but not fun to watch. Whew, but we made it, and that is all that matters. We made it. Let's hope Coach isn't too upset. We can't control traffic. We left in enough time to make it here for boxing, and then we sat in an abundance amount of traffic. I don't know what is going on recently. Well, I do. It was a freaking Braves game, but I don't keep up with it. I guess I need to start keeping up with the Braves games, so then I know when I need to actually freaking leave. But we made it. Let's get in here. Let's get better today than we were yesterday. Well, even though we were late as shit, folks, I would say we still earned our freaking Saturday. Plenty of pad work, plenty of grappling rounds, plenty of sparring rounds, plenty of rounds, plenty of work put in. We did our part. We got better today than we were yesterday. Now we just got to get home so that we can rest up a little bit more than we were yesterday. If you know what I mean. Get a little nap in. I'm freaking starving. I will say that. I'm absolutely starving. Our stomachs are finally calming down. So we're gonna grub down on our freaking lunch, drive on home, take us a nap, then wake up and go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night. And the only thing that I hope is that it's a quick and easy night. And when I say easy night, I mean like an eventful night. I mean, I don't want anyone to get injured. I don't want to have to like really get hands on with someone, but a good interesting story would be nice. injuries, you know? I haven't had one of those and I don't know how freaking long, folks. But that boo-boo I was telling y'all about, we made it through with it. It didn't hold us back. We had to definitely be tough. We definitely had to push through and persevere, but we got it done. And that's all that really matters. It was tough though, I can't lie. And getting a boo-boo so close to a fight really blows. But ain't nothing we can do about it except for be tough, keep pushing through, keep trying to persevere, and try to push it away and ignore it, because that's all you can really do. It ain't gonna get better overnight. It's also not gonna get better with training, but you're also not gonna get better if you're not training. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Do I get better, or do I get better? I would think getting better in the skills, cardio, endurance, conditioning, technique, all around. I think that's more important than letting a little boo-boo recover, you know what I mean? So, like I said, folks, sometimes it's just really about how bad do you want it. Are you willing to push through injuries? Are you willing to push through a little boo-boo? Or are you gonna, my big toe hurts. My pinky toe hurts. I'm not going to be able to train. I'm not going to be able to make it to this fight. I'm not going to be able to make it to this event. No. What we do is we forget about the boo-boo and we push through. But we got 14 miles until empty, so I really hope that we make it to a gas station. It's 100 and freaking plus degrees outside today. Really don't want to pump gas. Really don't want to stand in the heat. Kind of toasty. We gotta get some gas in our car, so I guess let's go fill up and let's get home, folks. Well, we are fueled up and we're back on the road. About to be back on the road. We're fueled up, to say the least. But you know what kind of blows? It's not gonna make this hour drive back home. Just to make this hour drive back out here later tonight. I will say that blows. I can't wait till we can get closer to the gym, because it sucks. Donkey balls. But we should make it back home in enough time for us to be able to get a nap in. Maybe even catch some dubs before having to be back out here, so I guess I can't complain. Can't complain at all. Not one little bit. But let's hope that traffic has cleared up a bit and where this doesn't end up being a 2-hour ride home, because I'll be quite upset. Very upset. Extraordinarily upset. So, let's get home, folks. Let's get home so we can get a nap in. Actually, it looks like by the time we make it home, it'll be time for JB to get up. So, I guess, spend a little time with JB, then take us a nap, then hop up, maybe play a little bit of games, then hit the road, go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night, folks. Well, that was by no means a short ride, but we did make it home in enough time to spend a little time with JB to get us a nap in and maybe even get us some games in, because it's about 4 o'clock. I think we have to leave here around 9ish, so I'd say about 5 hours to do whatever our hearts desire. So I guess let's get inside and spend a little time with JB. Let's spend a little time by ourselves, and then spending a little time with you guys. So let's get inside and do all that. See where my time takes me. Well, JB time was great. Nap time was refreshing. Now it's time for some COD time, I guess. We got about a little bit over an hour before we gotta hit the road to go keep the bar safer tonight than it was the last night. So I don't really have time to hop in high on life because, well, then I'm going to get caught up in a mission, and then I won't want to leave. So, to be safe, we're going to play a little bit of COD. Ruin a plumber's day. So I hope to see y'all there while we ruin some blue-collar workers' day. Well, the stream went great. I forgot just how engaging Call of Duty can be. Gotta start getting some more hours in it, though, because it is definitely a diminishing skill set. But, sadly, we had to run. Kind of time just slipped away from us. Hopefully we're not too late. Hopefully we're not late at all. But I guess let's hit the road, go keep the bar safer tonight than it was last night. And then hope we get an interesting story. I know I've been saying that for like every week for the past few months. It's like the crappy thing about security. When you're doing your job, it is absolutely freaking boring. When you're not doing your job, it's not very fun. It's a lot more fun, I guess you could say. When you're doing your job correctly, it's kind of a boring job. There's other things that you could be doing that would be definitely less boring. But you know what I mean? Like, just definitely more entertaining when you're not doing your job correctly. Not saying like the first few nights I wasn't, but like once you get the stuff into order, it becomes very boring. You're just kind of like chilling, hanging out with people. Which, of course, I don't mind going and hanging out with people. Definitely not what I don't mind it one little bit. I'm pretty much getting paid to hang out. That's ultimately what I'm doing. So let's go get paid to hang out. Well, damn, folks, I absolutely freaking blew it tonight. I'm pulling in like 10 minutes late. I'm ashamed of myself, but I was having fun playing COD, kicking it with you guys, and time just got away. It slipped out from under me, so at least we made it. We're here. Let's find us a parking spot and keep this bar safer tonight than it was last night, folks. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. Tonight was probably one of the most interesting nights. It was one of the more fun nights I have had, like, ever. No, I mean, there was a little bit of stress, there was a lot of stress and a lot of drama, but I spent literally the whole night rolling, like rolling, laughing. So, I don't even know where to freaking begin. I guess let's start with the moment I walk in. So the moment I walk in, there's a guy from my high school, and you remember how a few months ago I went in and saw my middle school, and they're like, hey, can you talk to these kids about mental health? And I was like, of course, I would love to talk to the kids about mental health. I remember middle school being a very challenging time for me. Well, one of the kids who I went to high school with, actually funny enough, the ISS coordinator's son was in the bar, and he was like, hey, and he was like student teaching over there, so the teacher who had asked me if I would come in and have a conversation, a little presentation, I guess a little pep talk with their kids. She ended up telling him about it, and he was like, hey, I just love what you're doing, you're helping out the community, blah, blah, blah. So that like warmed my heart. I was like, you know, that makes me feel so good to know that people think that like that they knew me in high school, they knew I was a little shithead, they knew me growing up. I mean, hell, his dad was the ISS coordinator. Trust me, he knew who I was. So to hear that people from my town, which we're nowhere near my town, are coming in and they're like, hey, I just see you're doing great things in our community, thank you, blah, blah, blah. It warms my heart, I can't lie. Probably could have kept that to myself, but I gotta brag. I gotta brag when I get the opportunity to brag where there's growth in the life. But needless to say, it was a boring night. We were chilling, we were hanging. It was about 10:30, and the manager walks upstairs, goes, hey, how's everything going? I was like, you know, it's kind of boring tonight. There ain't nothing going on. No one's giving me shit. No one's harping with me. No one's really heckling with me. You know what I mean? I love it when people will walk up and like heckle with me. Just shit talk the bouncer, and I'm like, I wish someone would come do that with me. And he was like, why? Why do you like to be heckled? And I was like, it's just fun. He's like, you do a really good job of de-escalating it. I was like, thanks, I try. He's like, you do a really good job of just cracking jokes when people are heckling with you and going on with your day. I'm like, well, that's my job. It's be nice until you can't be nice. Ha, Mr. Sways, right? Well, I should have kept my mouth freaking closed, because about 15 minutes after he walked downstairs, I start seeing these people like formulate into like a little crowd, and it looks like they're yapping at each other, like they're flaunting their chest a little bit. They're yapping up each other's ears, right? So I finally walked over there and I was like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, nothing. We're cool. I'm like, okay, awesome. And then I see him. I went back to my corner, just sitting there watching, surveilling. Well, there was some boxing matches on, so I was watching those, right? And these guys all start rushing from that side of the room, from that table in which they were playing pool, and start walking outside. Meet me outside. And so I'm like, yeah, y'all meet them outside. Meet them outside, please. I don't want to deal with this. Meet them outside. And, well, they all started scrambling back through the bar after they had made it to the stairs. They're like, go downstairs. Every one of y'all are getting kicked out. I don't know what's going on here, but y'all need to shut up and get out. They're like, all right, well, we're going to go finish up our game of pool. I'm like, no, y'all are going to get out. And they start walking away. I was like, yo, y'all, why y'all got to be little babies, bro? I was like, sorry, incoming phone call. Why y'all gotta be little babies, bro? I mean, literally, y'all, we're gonna take it outside. Take it freaking outside. Don't be coming back in here with that junk. You know what I mean? And they kept harping at each other. They're like, no, we're gonna be cool. And the bartender's like, get them out of here. I'm like, I'm getting them. So I start rounding them up one by one. And they start yapping at each other. Bro, he did this to me. Supposedly one group of 4 guys were sitting there playing pool, and another group came up to them and told them they suck at pool. So they got all butthurt, right? Well, one thing led to another, and they never threw hands. They were going to head outside to throw hands. So I was like, hey, don't be a bunch of babies. If you are going to go handle it, but don't handle it in here. And then they're still yapping at each other. If you're going to kick me out, you got to kick him out. I'm like, bro, I'm kicking every one of y'all out. Don't worry. You're going, he's going, you're going. Everyone's freaking gone. Everyone. Don't worry. And then someone tapped me on the shoulder and goes, hey. And I could have sworn it was the chicks who walked out of the group, who were with the group, and threw a drink on the table. Well, actually, it was the guy who was making a big fuss about, you need to kick them out too. They came over here and told us we suck at pool. Bro, you suck at pool. It's simple as that. Y'all do suck. I was watching y'all. Y'all do. I didn't say that to him, but that's what went through my mouth. What went through my head, right? So they're still yapping. And once someone had thrown a drink on the table, I was like, you know what? Screw this. I walked downstairs and grabbed my partner. We walked back upstairs. I'm like, let's get all of these jokers out. Every one of these guys, we're getting out. I was like, there's like 20 of these guys. Absolutely no way I'm taking out 20 guys. But I can at least get 5 of them, 6 of them, 7 of them. Like, if we really have to throw down. I was like, but 20 of them, bro, I'm not getting all of them. So him and the manager come walking upstairs with me. We ended up getting them all out. The manager went and looked at the footage on the camera, finds out who's the one who knocked over the drink. Well, the audacity of these jokers, the freaking audacity. One, they didn't go outside and they didn't scrap it out, so we didn't have a nice video to show y'all. But the freaking audacity, the one who knocked over the freaking drink comes stumbling back upstairs right after the manager had just walked upstairs and showed me who it was. And he walked in and I go, hey, here he is. And they're like, who? And he's like, I just want you to know that was really ridiculous and unprofessional that you kicked me out like that. I'm like, well, buddy, you can't like cause a scene like that. That's pretty ridiculous, homie. And he's like, well, walking outside with him. I was like, so you stooped down to his level. So since you stooped down to his level, you need to go too. He wanted to keep yapping at the jaws, and the bartender goes, yeah, since you decided to spill a drink on the pool table, that's going to be $150. He came back in to pay his tab. The audacity. You could have just gone. We would have just had charges pressed against you, and you wouldn't have been able to come back in. But you're still not going to be able to come back in, because after we kicked you out, you paid your tab, you made a scene about it. So after he finds out that he has to pay the $150, right, he goes, you know what, let me just tell you something, buddy. If you're gonna wear the shirt, you need to do your damn job. I'm like, I am doing my job. What am I not doing about my job? He's like, you're kicking out the wrong people. I'm like, so I'm kicking you out because you were gonna go outside to fight someone, and you're mad at me because of that? Like, because you can't handle your alcohol? You're a goofball. My partner goes, let's head downstairs. Let's go on and head downstairs. He's like, that guy, Kim, the security, all of y'all. I'm like, bro, why are you getting so angry? Just go home, end your night, and have a great night. I was like, I did my job by de-escalating the situation and getting y'all out of here. If y'all decided to fight outside, y'all can fight outside. Y'all didn't. So, sorry. Y'all are a bunch of itches. You know what I mean? So we got that handled, right? Supposedly they kept trying to come back in. The group who supposedly called them bad words and said they sucked at pool kept trying to come back in. He's like, why can't I come back in? Well, because my partner threw you out, so you're not coming back in. Oh, but as I was walking downstairs, my buddy who's been coming into the gym from there was walking in, and he was talking to my partner. They were talking about my training camp. That's pretty much what they were doing. Seeing different things that they could do to adjust me. And he's like, you know what, I'm just going to stand here and chit chat with you today. And he sat up there literally for 3 hours and just yapped with me. Like, amazing. So shout out to him for keeping me entertained the rest of the night, because, oh my goodness gracious, he was cracking me up. He's like, bro, I'm going to get a shot in before I leave here. I'm like, dude, you can do it. You can do it. I got faith in you, bro. Just shoot your shot. It's all about numbers, bro. You shoot your shot 1,000 times. Eventually, one of those shots are going to land. He's like, you know what? You're right, bro. You're right. I'm gonna. And mind you, he's no homo, but like, he ain't a bad-looking guy. Like, I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality to tell you, like, he's a tall, blonde-haired, 215-pound, lean individual. So, just to give you a groundwork of what he was working with, literally hilarious, absolutely hilarious, because there were some ladies who walked in, and I was like, hey, bro. And I was like, wait. He was saying how he was going to get a girl, right? Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me not get too deep into the story without giving y'all the whole entire nitty-gritty and the backstory. He's like, yeah, I'm going to pick up someone. I was like, I got faith in you, bro. He's like, the only thing is I can't tell who's got a girl, who's got a guy, and who doesn't have a guy. I was like, bro, just try, and if they don't, if they do, then just move on. Other than if someone messes with you, bro, we'll remove them, no problem. I was like, just don't be overly disrespectful, then don't cause an issue, you know? He's like, I got you, bro, I got you. And as we were getting done saying that, here comes two older women. He's like, there's none of them were my style. Like, I gotta know that they're alone and they look my style. They gotta look like I don't know. I was like, listen, bro, there's two women walking up right now, bro. They look like they're your style, 100% your style. And he was like, oh, bro, heck yeah. Mind you, I use the G word for that rhymes with milk, kinda, for these women as she's there walking upstairs, right? I was like, there's two of them right there. You can have some fun with that. Try it out. Shoot your shot, bro. If it goes down, it goes down. Well, needless to say, one of the ladies were like, I'm over here doing my job, asking people for their stamps and stuff. And while he's chit-chatting with them, he tried. He really did. They came upstairs immediately, and they went right to him. So I was spot on with it. I was like, they're right up your style, bro. Dude, shoot it. And they walked right up to him. And supposedly they were sitting there calling him a Vichy. And so I turn at perfect moment, and I was like, you know, this guy's a rock star, right? And they're like, I knew it. You are Avicii. I was like, yeah, guys, he's not really dead. He was just tired of the fame and the fortune and the everything. This is him. And they're like, can you hold my purse? He's like, of course I can hold your purse. And he started holding their purse. And then he goes, well, like, what am I gonna get out of this holding the purse thing? And then the conversation just went downhill after that. They're like, well, we'll be right back. And then they never came back for him. Poor guy. And so we're sitting there, and maybe like 20 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed. And he goes, bro, this girl's rocking, bro. I think I'm gonna try this one. I'm like, awesome. And so it looked like one of them was leaving, and I was like, bye, have a great night, get home safely. And they're like, well, I'm not leaving, but I don't have a stamp on my hand. Can I get back up here? I was like, of course. You've already been up here the whole time. I see you've been drinking, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, but what if I'm not of age? And I was like, well, then I'll check your ID. How about that? She's like, I would love it if you would check my ID. Mind you, this isn't the same group. This is the same exact group who was with the lady that he was talking about, right? So she's yapping up a storm house. She wants me to check her ID when I come back. I was like, bro, this is your chance. When the other friend comes back up here, ask her for her ID. And he's like, I got it. And he goes, the one lady walked up, and I was like, hey, let me see your ID, blah, blah, blah. They didn't need to see your ID, I promise you. But they asked me to, so to entertain myself, I totally continued to ask them for their ID. The other one walks upstairs, the one who he was like, I'm going to try my shot at this one. I thought he was freaking scoring, bro. I thought he was doing great. She walks up, he goes, hey, can I see, you got a stamp? She's like, you don't work here, he works here. I've been here enough. And I was like, he's my intern today. And she was like, oh, okay. He's like, do you have an ID? And he, like, so unconfidently, do you have an ID? She was like, honey, you look 21. I'm not giving you my ID. And he was like, I'm actually 25. Okay, bro. Okay. And she was like, I'm 38. Sweetie, I could be almost your mom. And he was like, it's not, you surely had me fooled for 38. I thought you looked 20. Calling me 21. She's like, you're real sweet. You have a good night, sweetie. At that time, I just started busting out freaking laughing. He's like, bro, why you gotta be so mean? Why you gotta do me like that? Why can't you just like, sorry, bro, it's okay, it's gonna be better, it'll get better, try it again. No, bro, you start busting out laughing. And needless to say, I'm dying laughing. Here comes someone else up to the door, and she was like, don't laugh at me. I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at him. And then he goes, you can always laugh at me with him if you want. I'm like, bro, stop, dude, stop. This is going bad. And she was like, what's that supposed to mean? He was like, I don't know, I just thought it would be funny to say. Airball. I was like, bro, maybe tonight is not your night. He's like, it's my night, dog. It's my night, I swear. All freaking night long, this dude was shooting airball after airball after airball after airball. Poor guy. Poor freaking guy. And shout out to the homie, though. He definitely kept me entertained tonight with his shenanigans on trying to get a date and absolutely failing repetitively. And it wasn't even like I really thought he was saucing it up on the lady that he wanted. Like, he was really bound for it. But yeah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. Not even close. Bro was like Shaq at the free throw line, breaking 100%. But after watching him and cracking up to him, freaking being a goofball all freaking night, I walk outside, or we were about to leave, we were rounding everyone off, and someone got really upset that there was no food tonight, like the kitchen had closed early. Well, it was a slower night for the kitchen, so they closed early, so he was making a scene about it. So we ended up staying like 30 minutes later than what we had wanted to, because this guy was making such a big scene about the food being closed. I can promise you he would have made it with no food. But needless to say, while we were outside trying to cool him down, conversate with him, de-escalate the situation, right? This guy, mind you, there was this family at the bar, and one of them was, the daughter was going to school to be a doctor. And I was like, well, congratulations, blah, 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 this and that. And they were sitting outside while we were trying to de-escalate this guy. And then this guy who's been sitting on the side smoking a cigarette the whole entire time walks up to her, and he was like trying to get her number while smoking a cigarette. And the dad walked up to me, he goes, this guy's trying to hit on my daughter. And this is hilarious, because she was about to turn him down majorly. And so we got the guy de-escalated, and as I was leaving, she goes, what did she say to him? It was hilarious. Oh, she was like, I'm so sorry, but that line is kind of corny, but maybe you'll get someone with it. And he was like, no, I'm gonna get you with it. She was like, no, you're not. She's like, you're just not my type. He's like, well, maybe I can become your type. She's like, no, thank you. You have a great night. And he did the walk of shame. And I'm over there, like, I busted out laughing, like, right in the guy's face. Like, I'm sitting, like, maybe 5 feet away from them. And I just started, like, the most obnoxious, like, out loud laugh ever. Tonight was the most interesting night we have had in a long time. From my buddy and me sitting there cutting up, to him airballing over and over and over again, to him trying to help me de-escalate a situation, to the guy walking upstairs telling me that I wasn't doing my job correctly because I kicked him out and the other group out who were trying to start a fight. It was an interesting night. A reminder of be nice until you can't be nice. That's all we did. We just sit there, and like I said, it's pretty much me going in and hanging out with my friends, but to get paid to hang out with my friends. Like, that guy is hilarious. Heck, he was like, I only came in to kick it with you tonight, bro. I was like, well, thanks, bro. You made my night. You have no idea. You're airballing it over and over and over again. Made my freaking night. He has no idea. That was hilarious. So shout out to him. I say we did a pretty good job de-escalating. The manager was like, hey, I don't know what you did there, but that was awesome. You got every one of them out. No fights broke out. Heck, no fights even broke out outside. Like, you had them split up and everything. But I tried. But, yeah, after that exciting night, let's get our butts home. Let's get a little snack into us. And I guess I don't know. We may just call it a night. I was going to play a little bit of games, but I think we may just call it a night, and we'll save our gameplay for tomorrow night. I know we got to wake up tomorrow and knock out a lift at some point, but other than that, we don't have anything else planned. We're not going to go to the open Mac as well. I didn't sign up for it. I don't want to wake up the butt ass crack and don't sign up for it. So, yeah, I guess tomorrow we'll wake up, we'll knock out a lift, and then we'll hop on some games. Pretty much kick it with you guys all day. Up until, I gotta go hang out with JB, but I'll probably do that before hopping on. We may get on though. I know Marco's at a concert today, so if he is down to freaking game, if he's just getting back from the concert, we may hop on for a game or two. But we also may not. I have no idea. But the individual who was calling was JB, so let me give them a call back, chit chat with her for a little bit. Let me tell her about the homies freaking airball after airball after airball. She'll be very interested. She'll think that is hilarious. And let me tell her about the 20-man freaking brawl that I had to de-escalate today. And let's just get home. So, I'll catch y'all when we get home, folks. Yo, you have got to be shitting me. I have been sitting here for like 20 freaking minutes. can't even catch a break at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I guess you could say I got my answer on the gameplay tonight. I am going to take my butt inside and call it a freaking night, folks. After having to be nice until we cannot be nice, and then be nice some more. And having sympathy cringe for the homie all freaking night long. Then hopping in the car and having to sit through some freaking traffic at 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. Like, what is my luck with the traffic? But other than the traffic, it was a pretty good night. We handled our business, like I said. I got exactly what I wanted. An interesting story without anyone getting hurt. We did our jobs. Even though Buddy assumed that we weren't doing our job, he thought we weren't. I think I did a pretty good job. No one got hurt. Everyone got out safely. And I got to laugh the whole night. That's all that really matters. A whole night of cracking up and laughing. I guess let's get our butts inside, crawl into bed, so that we can wake up tomorrow, make up for our lift on Thursday, get stronger tomorrow than we were today, and then spend the rest of the day freaking kicking it back and playing some games with you guys. So, yeah, folks, some people cannot handle their booze. They should stay home and drink, not go out in public and act like twinks. Freaking morons. But yeah, virtually just going out, hanging out with my buddies, and getting paid to do so. Can't really complain. But with that being said, folks, let's call it a night. Let's get our butts inside and get into the bed. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat freaking loves ya.